Hello, 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 people. Good morning to everyone. Good morning to everyone that is watching us, wherever you are watching from. This is yours truly, Mr. O. Welcome to this live broadcast. And we're going to share some few things this morning. This morning, I'm just doing some little smoothies. I got my strawberry, got my almond milk, and add a little ginger and some banana, to make some healthy smoothies. You know what I mean? Molly, good morning, good day, good day, good day. Okay, you're welcome. Yes. So it will make a little noise, but pardon me, I'll be with you soon. Is it on? Is it locked? Yes. Good. How are you? Okay, go and shower. All right, guys, welcome. So that is my smoothies, and as the topic suggests, we'll be having a conversation this morning about Jackpot story. Oh, before we begin anything, I want to say thank you, and shout outs to everyone who's been supporting us on this page. Facebook gave me a notification this morning that we are what? We are 7.5k members now, and I want to thank you from all over the world, from Nigeria to Ghana to South Africa to wherever you are watching from USA to UK, and everyone. Thank you so much, guys. We are pushing. We are doing 10K before the summer ends. So let's go. Keep sharing the link. Keep giving good reviews. Keep spreading the good news to people so that everyone who needs to hear this must hear it. As we said yesterday, there is an army that is rising. An army is rising, and that army is the new crop of content creators. We're sharing the good news. We're spreading. There is no more gatekeepers. We are crashing the gates. We are sending out the messages to everyone, wherever they are, wherever they will be. Kenny, good day. Welcome. It's been a long time, Kenny. It's been a long time. It's been a long time, but welcome. So I want us to keep sharing this good news, and teachers, for students, for families, for lives to be liberated, you know. So as you are ready, let's get on this journey. I have a teacher a headmistress that I want to interview this morning. Hmm, wonderful. Yeah. Hmm. I'll be talking to her. I'll add her to the stream right now. Hmm. Let me just add her. Molly, shared you on my page. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Lynn, I'm doing your smoothie. So I did smoothies. I did strawberry, I did almond milk, and I got some banana from the shop yesterday. So that was the blend I did. I am now going for my detox. I'll start my detox from tomorrow, Lynn. I'll start my detox from tomorrow. So please be cool with me. This is just just a smoothie, a simple smoothie. Mm. I want to use to cool down the stomach before. Yes. Mm. uh, oh, Robert. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Ça va très bien. Oh, how is Cameroon? Robert, I need to, in fact, I'm sorry for not getting back to you early, but I'll still get back to you, okay? Just hold on with me. Well, welcome. So let's go. If you are ready, guys, if you are ready, those of you who want my smoothie combination, I'll post it on my page so that you can also do some. It's very cool, very nice, very cheap to do. This one doesn't take a lot of ingredients. Lean, if I lean showed us some simple ways. So that's what we are doing. Good to see you, Esther. Good to see you, everyone. So if you are ready, let's vibe with this teacher in the US. In fact, she was a headmistress in Ghana, and she's now in the US as a class teacher. I just wanted her to share her story so that we learn from it, and those of us who want to come who are still contemplating, then we see what we can do. All right. So I'm gonna add her. Let me see if she's still here. Hello, madam. Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to MrO.com.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Mm, yes. It's an honor to have you here. You know, I had to wake you up. You know, I know teachers, summer holidays are your Christmas days because those are the times you get to rest. Those are the times you get to relax, you know, and detox and all that. But I had to wake you up early this morning for us to have a chit chat, for you to share your story, encourage somebody, and walk them through the path, you know, how you came here and everything. So we're gonna begin. First of all, I want you to introduce yourself to our audience. Yes.
So my name is Catherine, and I used to be a head teacher in Ghana in a public school in Accra. And as he rightly said, and I moved here in July last year to be a teacher. And I'm currently a first grade teacher, class one teacher in North Carolina.
Oh, you were a headmistress in Ghana, overseeing teachers.
I
You
had
had a lot of teachers.
20, I had 20 teachers and about 650 children. Yeah,
650 students with
yeah,
20 teachers.
yeah.
You were the boss. You were the one overseeing all of them,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and you just decided that you want to jackpot just like that.
Yeah, I guess. Not just
Um,
like
but, but I had mistress. Why? Why did you leave our children? Why?
okay, so I realized I kind of got bored. I have several reasons why I decided it was time to move, but the first reason was I got bored. I realized I wanted more. I wanted to do more. I wanted to know more. I wanted to experience more. So I decided to look, but amazingly, it just came to me without really looking. I want to give a huge shout out to my brother. His name is Rojane. He lives in the US too. He one night he just sent me a message during Christmas. He was like, just go through this video and see if you're interested. I really wanted to like travel, but I never thought I could actually go outside the country to be a teacher. I never thought it was possible. So when I saw his link, I was like, okay, it was very interesting. And it seemed like something I wanted to do because, I, as I said already, I was feeling bored and I wanted to do something different. So I looked at it and I was like, yeah, sure, I want to do it. And he went all out to help me to do it. We started our application in the middle of January. By the end of February, I'd already had an interview invitation. And by early March, I had two schools to choose from. So,
Man, I had
yeah,
mistress.
yeah,
Relax. Take it slow for us.
today.
In fact, some of us we are old school, so take it slow.
Okay, sure.
So your brother, who is already in the US,
Yep.
I mean, shared with you the
Hmm.
opportunity, right?
Yeah.
And you decided to start something,
Yeah.
explore more. So you went reading. Did you have to go to the website? Were you surprised, or were you skeptical about it
Yeah.
first?
I was, as I said, I
Mm.
never thought it was possible to move from Ghana to be a teacher in the United States of America. I never thought it was possible. So
Wow.
I was skeptical. So, but I wasn't too worried because it came from him. You know, he's very detailed about such things, and before he shares such things with you, he knows what he's talking about. So I hesitated a little bit and I was like, well, this is coming from my brother. He knows better and he's here. So it should be something good. And honestly, during that period, I was having a little difficulty um, back home in Ghana, in my school. I am quite young and I was a head teacher in Ghana. So it was a little challenge for me. You know how we do it in Ghana. You have to be a little older in order to be in charge. And
Yeah.
I was having a little bit of issues, and my school had a little challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So this came as like an escape route, though I really wanted to do it. I wanted to do
Okay.
something different, and I know this is what I want to do, but it,
Mm-hmm.
it came at the right time.
Because you were having some challenges back in school, so you were looking for an escape, but you didn't know how, right?
Not really. I honestly in 2014, I
Mm-hmm.
way back 2014, I knew I wanted something like this. So I
Okay.
traveled to South Africa to
Okay.
explore my opportunities.
Opportunities.
So it's
Okay.
something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to do,
Mm.
but as I said, it just came at the right time. It
So you, the headmistress,
did.
who is overseeing more than 600 and what 50 students, have more than 20 teachers under you. You are the boss. You are the oga kwata kwata. You want Jackpa. You went to South Africa. It didn't
Yeah.
really work out. Then you came back to Ghana.
Hmm.
And when your brother brought the opportunity and boom, you ship out to the
Yeah.
United States. Now,
Mhm.
when your brother sent you the link, what time of the year was this?
So it was in December. I remember this time so well because
December 20 what?
it was actually my daughter's birthday. It was on a Boxing Day.
Okay.
So I remember it so well. Getting to the end of December, and he
Mhm.
told me, Charlie, if you're interested, just gather your stuff and let's start in the middle of January, around the middle of January, and you will be able to get here by July or in July. I was like, what? It doesn't make sense. How is that possible? But
That
here
is a
I am.
good brother. That is a good
Oh
brother
yeah,
because a lot of people have traveled. As we keep saying, a lot of people have traveled. They became the gatekeepers of information.
yeah,
They will not share the information. They will not tell you how they got here. They will always tell us, "Hey, the place is hard, though. The
yeah,
place there is hard. We are paying taxes. We are doing for a job, and we can't. There's snow. We don't come. You stay there."
yeah,
And that is how it's been, you know.
mm,
And so for a brother to think about you that way, I mean, he is a very good person.
yeah,
He's a very good person. So
yeah.
you started the application in December. That was 2022.
No,
No,
I actually started
2021,
the
right?
yeah, yeah. No, I actually started the application in
Mhm.
January 2002.
January 2002.
Yes, January,
And in
middle
July,
of
you were here.
middle of January 2002.
Good.
Yeah.
You filled your transcript, the evaluation, everything. You did everything from January.
Yeah, so
Mm.
luckily I completed my master's degree not long. So I
Mm-hmm.
had a lot of the documents and I traveled to, so I had a lot of those documents since I was
Okay.
exploring other options. But I
Okay.
still applied, my passport had expired. So I
Mm.
applied for a new passport. I got my, I think, one of my transcripts. I
Mm-hmm.
got my police report
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, a couple more things. Yeah.
So as we keep saying, I just want to break in. Those who are listening, those who are planning, even if you want to be a student, whether you are coming as a teacher, the whole idea is to gather your documents. Make sure you have them down. It is not rocket science. We keep saying drumming this. if you want to come to school next year, you have to start organizing yourself now. Because as he said, she had everything organized, had all your documents. So the little ones that you don't have, that's all you added.
Yeah.
So walk us through. You did application by yourself, or did your brother do it for you?
Oh, I had help. I had help. I mean, I
From
went to
who?
him for my brother. I went to
Okay.
him anytime. He helped me a great deal.
Mm.
He did an awesome job for
So
me.
so so he's not an agent. He's just a brother who was
No,
helping you.
he's not an agent.
Let me
But
ask. So is he a teacher? Is he also a teacher here?
no,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
he just found out.
Mm.
And I mean, I'm a teacher, so I came to mind, and he just let me know.
Okay. So the two of you did the application and everything together. You walked through the everything together
Yeah, I did it, but he helped me like along the way.
along the way.
I was kind of new to it. It was
Mm-hmm.
amazing. It was
Mm-hmm.
overwhelming. So he
Yeah.
helped me a lot. Yeah, along the way.
Okay. So you did the application. You did your first interview. Can you walk us through at least a very short,
Yeah.
brief explanation of the process?
So after the application, some
Mm-hmm.
few days later, I think around the end of January, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
or a very early February, I
Mm-hmm.
had an invitation for my first interview. My first
Okay.
interview was actually, it actually took about 15 minutes. And it was
Okay.
called the pre-screening interview. I came with EPI.
Good.
Yeah, it was called the first pre-screening interview.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is just to confirm that you are a teacher and you
Mm-hmm.
are actually in a classroom.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was quite quick. Like they wanted to know things that are going on in the classroom, what you're actually doing. So
Mm-hmm.
it was quick. And at the end of the day, I had an email that I passed.
Wow.
And I had to schedule my teacher qualification interview. And one good
Okay.
thing about this, I can tell about other agencies. But one
Mm-hmm.
good thing about EPI is that you do it at your own pace. So you can
Okay.
decide that, oh, I passed the pre-screening, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to go further now. I just want to wait. And
Okay.
it's fine. So after I passed the pre-screening, I was asked to schedule my
Mm.
teacher qualification,
Mm-hmm.
and I did. I think about four. I scheduled it for about 2 days to allow me
Okay.
time because I know that was a big deal to look through
Wow.
something.
Wow.
So I did. I attended, and it was good.
Mm.
And it was
So.
not it was
Mm-hmm.
not really a big deal. I think they still wanted to confirm that you are in the classroom, that you'll be able to
Okay.
manage the classroom when you
Okay.
come to the United States. But that took 50 minutes for me.
Wow.
It turned quite friendly. So we're
Yeah.
having a friendly conversation. I and the lady were having a friendly conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it ended well. And at the end of the day, again, one good thing I like about EPI is that the same day, you know, whether you're through or not.
Mm.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, they told me I had passed and that
Wow.
they were going to push me, but I
Mm.
had to do some things. I had to
Okay.
do my credential evaluation and have some money
Mm-hmm.
in my bank account.
All right.
And
So let
yeah,
me just scale back a little bit. So everyone who is watching, who is a teacher, we keep talking about this. I also came with EPI, as you said. They are one of the agencies. Now, I did, I did. So they will first of all have to do pre-screening interview, which is a basic one. Which one is just to test you to know whether you are the one who filled the form. They want to ask you about your documents, your name, which school you teach, how long have you been teaching, and all that. It's just to test. It's just a litmus test. Those of you who did chemistry, litmus test to see whether you are the person who filled the form and whether you truly know what you did. That is number one. Then the second part of the interview is what we call the professional interview or the whatever you call it. Look, that is a grilling interview. That is about 40 minutes. I did mine for 40 minutes. You know, 40 minutes solid, and it was just back to back educational questions, pedagogy, classroom management. It was just back to back. And when we were done, as you said, they will give you the result instant. By evening, they'll tell you whether you are passed or not. Okay. Yeah. And I think it is, I mean, just to put it out there, it is basically the same with every agency. You do your pre-screening and you do your professional interview. Those are the two major interviews you do. Then when you pass, then they will push you to the next level. Is that okay? So I think you qualified in that. And how did you get school? How did they link you to a principal? Or when did they link you to a principal?
Okay, so I had to do the credential evaluation. Mm-hmm. So I did a credential evaluation.
Okay.
We made sure, by we, I mean my brothers and I, mm-hmm. made sure that we had money in my account. Okay. Because, you know, being a teacher in Ghana, I couldn't afford to have $2,000 in my account. It wasn't.
But you were a headmistress. Why don't you have 2,000?
It was not possible. So let me break out. Is it a secret? I don't think it is. But as a head teacher in Ghana, mm-hmm. I was earning. When I was in Ghana, I was earning 50 Ghana cedis more than other teachers on my rank. Yes.
50 cedis more.
That was my responsibility allowance. Sounds crazy, right? Mm-hmm.
But we as teachers, we were thinking that you guys are chopping the money and you are the Ubuntius, you are the boss.
So if a head teacher wants to spend money, even with that, how do we call it, capitation grant, it's difficult for you to spend. Okay, but if a head teacher wants to spend the money, maybe that is where, which I find it difficult to believe, because it's very difficult for you to spend monies like that. But I tell you, my responsibility allowance, I could show you my pay stub. They call it pay slip in Ghana. My responsibility allowance was 50 Ghana cedis. And when I found out, I tried to fight it. I tried to be loud about it, but I mean, we were all comfortable, so I just had to. 50 Ghana cedis. Yes.
That's 50.
Yes. Less than $5.
Yeah. Then we had a wrong impression. Then we had a wrong impression about the head teachers and the school heads, because we were thinking as teachers, we always think they take more salary, more money than us.
So if you are in Ghana right now and you're listening, your head teacher is probably doing a great job. And guess what? This 50 Ghana cedis that the head teacher takes more than the regular teacher. They have to cough out TNT when it's time to go for. You know how many times we go to the office? It's crazy. And during COVID time, we had to go to the office about 15,000 times because we needed to get stuff. And you'd have to cough out money each time you go to the office, because no teacher will be willing to part with their little money.
No. Me, how? You, the headmaster, you have access to car, you have access to the office, everything. Me, I should give you money. How?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is it. That is what I'm telling you. The head teacher's allowance when I was in Ghana, it was 50 Ghana cedis. Mine was,
unless somebody is also a headmaster. Shika, I don't know if Shika is a headmaster.
Mine was
even 1,000 Ghana is difficult. Exactly. Shika, please, are you a headmistress or headmaster? We are always paying debts. Hey.
Yeah. So wow. I remember when my brother sent me a message, was like, okay, so do you have $2,000? I was like, what? I don't have $10. $10 is how much? 100 and something. I can't have $100 in my savings. All I had that time was what? Like what? Less than 300 Ghana cedis to take me through the month. That was all I had. Yes, because I was doing other stuff for myself.
So okay, so wait. You wait. Let's take our time. you don't have access to you. So okay, so those days the headmistress and the headmaster, they take students to farm, they take students to do things. You were not doing that.
No. Mm-mm.
You didn't have
That
any farm.
well, I think that is not okay to do that, and it's not legal. And during my period, my house was a little bit far from my school. But if I have
You
to
are not
get
given a car. You don't have a car.
no, no,
I finish. Huh?
no,
Why?
yeah, no. It's not an easy. I don't know. It wasn't an easy thing. It was. I was a head teacher for three. Was it 3 years or 2.5?
3 years.
So it was frustrating and crazy. Sometimes you'd have to fend for the children. I mean, a child
Wow.
walks into your office and sees you as a mother, who you are, and
Hmm.
I've not eaten. My mom and all those things. You have to cough out money to give to the child to eat. You have to provide.
Wait, let's circle back a little bit, then we'll come back to this. But Letitia is asking a question. He said, "Can you? Is there a possibility of failing the interview?" Tell them.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Okay.
I
Okay.
didn't feel so I can really tell, but I
Good.
think there is. If you if you don't prove to them that you're a teacher, you attend the interview without, let's say they ask you, how do you manage the behaviors of pupils in your classroom?
Mm-hmm.
And you go about beating the bush, maybe saying, yeah, I'll have a cane in my hand and stuff like that. I mean, right away, right away.
Letitia is saying, "Are you?" I said, "Do you mean 2002 or 2022?
Oh, which one is that?
The year that
When
you were talking about the money, 2022 or 2002?"
I became a head teacher uh 2019. In
2019.
2019, yes, and I left in 2022.
So Letitia, she's not talking about 2002. 2002. He said 2022. So
Teachers,
2022.
teachers do not believe this. The highest, I know some head teachers take more responsibility allowance than I did, which I don't
Okay.
think is fair. But the most, when I did my comparison, the
Mm-hmm.
most head teachers were taking was 100.
What was your qualification? The ranking in terms of
Oh,
the.
I was an 82. I was 82. Come again.
Assuming those in Nigeria they don't know what
Assistant.
82
Okay, so 82 means assistant director 2. It means that you are assisting the director, and that is a senior rank. That is a senior
rank.
rank that we're supposed to be paid well, but I don't know why. Maybe they didn't have much money.
Wow. So there is Edna Brenya. I don't know whether you know her. He
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
"Madam,
that's
you
my
are looking good."
she's
Is it
my
one of
friend.
your teachers, your friend?
She's a friend, and
Okay.
she's closely associated with this Japa story. Maybe she'll tell her
Oh
story
wow.
later.
Wow. Because the Forsons are also, I mean, thank you so much, Mr. Forson. And the Forsons are one of the new crop of content creators
Yeah,
who
yeah,
are
yeah.
helping
I
a lot of
I
people.
follow them. I do follow them.
Very good.
Yeah.
People go follow the Forsons. They are on YouTube, they are on Facebook. If you need anything with scholarship, you need anything with students in Canada, I mean, they are the go-to people. All
Yeah.
right. And he's asking, he said, did she say she moved in 2002 or 2022? I think the date is confusing people. So
Okay,
please,
so I
Kathy,
moved
tell us.
I moved on the 20. I left Kutuka on the
Mhm.
25th of July
You left Koteka.
2022.
So
And I landed
2022.
I landed at JFK on the 26th
Wow.
of July
Wow.
2022.
So, if
Yeah.
for those of you who are confusing the date, it is not 20 and
No.
22. No, it is 2022, not 2000, not the year
No,
2000.
I'm too young
No, no,
to.
no, not the year 2000.
Remember to, where was I?
Jennifer
Yeah.
says, wow, we have the passes, Ghanaian teachers near, low near.
So, Mr. O, as I was saying, my brother
Okay,
asked.
before you go on,
Mhm.
somebody is asking, were you at the basic level or at the SHS level?
I was at the basic level, and guess
Basic
what? It
level.
applies to we get the same salary. It's just that
Mm-hmm.
at the SHS level, you get a little more allowance, but it's not much. I promise you,
Mm,
it's not much.
mm. Wow. Shika says, no, I am a teacher, but I had information about my head teacher salary. They sometimes use it as help to help the students as well. Wow. And Nalamle says, it's very true. I'm assisting head and I know the stress she goes
Yeah.
through. Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a lot of head teachers here. Oh. Wow. Somebody is asking a question. Say, there is a feedback. Someone's phone is giving a feedback.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
So Jenfi is saying, I know this woman. She was once my patient in a reputable private medical facility at
Oh,
Midie Kotoku area.
oh,
Shy.
okay. That's nice to hear.
Solomon is trying to blow your secrets, your medical secrets.
That's nice. Yeah.
Good. So I want you to continue. You were telling us something about your brother saying something.
Yeah. So, he asked if I had
Hmm.
$2,000 in my account. I was like, what? Because if back then the dollar was 7 cities, and that
Seven
would have
cities.
been
Okay.
140 Ghana cedis. And I had just gone in for a loan,
Mhm.
buy a car. I didn't know I was going to, like, the opportunity was going to come. So I had
Mhm.
just gone in for a loan to buy a car. So I was struggling in capital letters.
Wow.
Struggling. Yeah, so I was like, no, I can't have the money. I mean, even if you hadn't gone in for a loan yet, before a Ghanaian teacher gets 14,000 Ghana cedis, it means she went for a loan. If her husband or if wife is not rich, it means they went for a loan. Where do you expect it to get that kind of money? It's, yeah. So I said,
Pastor, you couldn't have afforded that kind of money because we Charlie, stop.
and
We see people like God, oh. We were
my
seeing
brother
people
was
like gods.
surprised. He was like, what?
Yes.
And it's so fast forward, they made it happen. They put it
Mhm.
together for me, and I was good to go. So when I was approved, I had my credential evaluation and it came out
Mhm.
good.
Okay.
I had I had the money in the account,
Mhm.
and yeah, so I was approved on, I think, on the 28th of February. I was approved. And as soon as I was approved around 4 p.m.
Mhm.
At 7 p.m., I had an email that I was invited to an interview. It wasn't even a
Wow.
one-on-one interview. It was a, how do they call it? It was like a job fair. It
A
was a
job
job
fair.
fair.
Okay. Okay.
I was in there. I had two invitations to
Mhm.
a job fair, and I attended. It wasn't. There was no head teacher, principal. There was no principal involved. It was recorded and it was sent to the schools. And
Okay.
with the first one was on Thursday. After
Mhm.
that, I didn't hear anything. I went for the
Mhm.
next one the next day.
Mhm.
So I think it was around 4 or 5 p.m. in Ghana. At 9, was it 8 p.m.? Just
Mhm.
before 8 p.m., I received an email that I I have had a job offer from two schools. Two schools.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
One
Just
school
like
was
that.
just like that. One school was a fourth
Mhm.
grade ELA position. And the next school was first grade.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I had to make a choice. So interesting, right?
Wow.
I was overjoyed.
Mm,
I was overjoyed.
that is wonderful. So after your professional interview, you had another job for where they recorded an interview with you
Yeah. Mhm.
and they played it to the principals.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, I want to throw more light on this. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes you have a direct interaction or interview with the school principals. Sometimes so they do it in the district level, where the district they'll come sort of a job fair where all of you are interviewed in a mass position. At the end of the day, the principal have the opportunity to listen to all these recordings and they'll say, "Oh, I love this lady's submission." So some of them will request a further interview with you. I know people who have done 4 or 5
Yeah.
interviews even after they are professional interviews, just because they want the further and better particulars, as we always say in Ghana. Good. And after that, what happened? Can you tell us? Somebody, okay, no, this is not a question. It says, Mr. O.com, only the private schools have cars. So I told you, they did that.
Yeah, actually, the secondary schools, some of the secondary schools, public secondary schools do have cars. They do have
Mhm.
cars.
So those of you who don't know what Saito is, Saito is the local level of schools. So either the local authority or the district authority, the DO or the LA. Those are the ones we call Saito. Yeah. So Madam Gatti, continue. Tell us.
Yeah,
So after you've
so
gotten the school, what was running through your mind?
I was I was overjoyed.
Were you not worried that you were leaving all these
Well,
650 kids, students? You were leaving 20 teachers.
not really.
You were not worried? Nothing,
No.
nothing, nothing,
Well,
you know,
I
your
wasn't worried
conscience.
about I wasn't worried about it. Where I knew I was gonna miss the kids and the teachers,
Mhm.
but I was happy for the opportunity that lay ahead of me. And I was super excited. I have an 8-year-old daughter. I was super excited for her
Mhm.
because I know aside the opportunities I am gonna have, she is gonna have the massive opportunity, growing up here and having
Mhm.
all these things at her disposal. So I was very happy. But when I had finished jubilating and I was
Mhm.
about to sleep at night, I was like, whew, reality dawned on me. I was like,
Mm.
what? So I'm going to move from Ghana to the United States of America,
Mhm.
to a state where I don't know anybody.
Mhm.
How is it going to be like? I
Mhm.
am a teacher. That was what I was telling myself. I'm a
Mhm.
teacher here, and I have worked for 13 years. I
Yeah.
had 13 years of work
Mhm.
experience before I left.
Experience.
But
Okay.
I mean, things are different in the United States, and we have all heard how disrespectful some of these children are.
Mhm.
We have heard about it.
No worry. We'll be coming to that.
Yeah,
we'll
so
be
I
coming
was
to that.
I was thinking about like all
Mm.
these things, how was I gonna cope and all of
Mm.
that, but I knew it was worth the shot. I knew it was worth it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. So because I will be worried as
Hmm.
a good citizen, as a good headmistress. I'll be like, I'm leaving these children. Oh, these teachers, they are all going to meet. Oh, how am I going to leave them now? And how people will tell you, they'll feed into your conscience. They'll make you feel bad for leaving the
Hmm.
kids, for make you feel bad for leaving your job and all that. That is why I'm asking, because nothing pricked you, nothing. Your focus was on your daughter and the opportunity she's going to have, right?
And me, number one.
And you yourself, because you are so young.
Yeah.
Wow. Because yesterday I spoke to one of the teachers and he told me the same thing. He said, look, he was thinking beyond himself. He was thinking beyond the generation after him, his
Yeah.
kids and the opportunities they're going to have. And you are saying the same thing. Left to us alone, we will stay there and just do whatever we need to do, right?
Guess what?
Wow. Hmm.
I have given 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
of my career with hard labor. I can boldly say this. Hard labor. I can I can boldly I can
Why did you
boldly
add?
say this
Why
thing
did you add with hard labor? What did you say with
because
hard labor?
I worked. I wasn't one of the lazy teachers who would just go to work and sit down and cross their
Mm,
legs and go to work whatever time they wanted and leave whatever time they wanted without looking back. I worked. I served.
yeah, you
Anyone
said.
I had worked with
Mm,
can testify to that. I
yeah,
go to school early. As
yeah.
even when I was a head teacher, I mean, I'm one of the few people to get there, first people to get there. So I have served for
Mm,
13 years. I think I've given enough. And guess what?
mm,
Aside myself and my daughter, I was in a way thinking about my school because I thought that when I get here, I mean, in a way or two, I can connect
mm-hmm,
stuff. I can create a connection.
mm-hmm,
Okay, so my students back at home will be able to benefit in a way. I'm
mm-hmm.
still exploring those options though, but having regrets of leaving the students and teachers. I mean, everybody has moved on, and that is the issue. Everybody moves on without you. So if
Wow.
you decide to stay, and I think the country will benefit from me now more than if I were in Ghana. Yes, because
I
if for
love I
nothing
love
at
that.
all, I share I share Ghana like crazy. If you meet me in my classroom teaching these children some tree songs, like it's worth more than if I was back at home.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm. I love that part. Ghana will now benefit from you more
Yeah.
than they were getting from you when you were there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is amazing because you are sharing the culture,
Mm-hmm.
you are sharing the information, you are sharing yourself, and even now, if you go back, you'll be in a better position to help, in a better
Yeah.
position to impact better knowledge. Because, but you see, the only part I was sad about is you gave 30 years of your life in
With
hard
hard
labor.
labor. Yeah.
With the hard labor is what, and a lot of people will not understand you. But as a teacher, I've been in that position before, and I tell you, look, 10 years. I would not say with hard labor, but we gave our time. At least you served, you did your time. Because
Yeah.
after all, national service is what? National service is just 1 year. You're supposed to do
Mm.
1 year. But I mean, you went ahead and gave 13 years. You did well. I mean, you paid your dues. So I don't think anybody should fault you for leaving. Even though some of the parents and some of the teachers will fault you for leaving because you are leaving them in the middle of nowhere.
I don't
I'm
think
sure.
anyone will though. Because if they were in my shoes, they would have left before
Mm,
they had a time.
wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So now let's fast forward. All right. I don't want us to take too much time. Let's fast forward. Those of you who are joining now, this is Miss Kathy. She was a headmistress in Ghana and she now moved to the US to teach a grade one class. And she's more than happy when she was a headmistress. I mean, she was overseeing more than 20 teachers and she had about 650 students under her.
Yeah.
But she's happy teaching a grade one in the United States as a teacher. No more a principal, no more a headmaster, no more a headmistress. There's no subordinate for her, but she feels more happy and fulfilled than when she was a boss in Ghana. And we are just trying to hear her story out. Now, I'm going to fast forward. Now, you go to school, they send you all the documentation, you went to the embassy and everything. How did you get to know me?
Okay, so another story. So amazingly or interestingly, when I was approved and all that, I was added to a forum. And I
Mhm.
thought I was the only Ghanaian teacher to take this one. Amazingly, I didn't know of anybody. I didn't know of anybody, so I thought I was the first
Yeah,
Ghanaian teacher. So I
yeah.
decided to, and you know how many Filipinos and Jamaicans we have.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And yeah, so when I was added, I decided to go through the forum and see, like, read around and get myself familiarized. So I came across your name and I was like, this is Selassie. No, this is a Ghanaian. I was like, what? There's actually a senior in there. Okay, so
Yeah.
let me send him a message.
Mm.
And over there we had access to send messages, individual messages. So I did, and thankfully you replied, and you weren't the first person I sent the message to, but you replied and you willingly gave me your email address, and we started chatting from there. And you've been encouraging me right from day one, and I'm super thankful for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Big brother.
So people, look, I got into the forum. She sent me a message, and I said, look, you can't leave. In fact, she was actually going to leave without her daughter, and I said, no, you can't leave without your daughter.
Yeah.
She's the only one you have. Go with her. Even if she has to come, you have to make sacrifices. Make sacrifices and go with her. You can't leave her behind. Now let's fast forward. You got everything. Came to the United States. You landed in the airport. Nothing happened. Now I want to ask you one simple question.
Hmm.
What were your expectations and how were they met or were not met? Did you were you what were you thinking about when you were coming here to teach? What what did you like? I don't know how to put it. What was the thoughts that were running through your mind when you were coming? Because after all, you only watch it on movies and you watch
Yep.
it on TV and stuff.
Yeah.
How was it? I mean, were your expectations crashed? I mean, were they dashed? Were I mean, what you think it was it different from what you thought it was? I mean, can you walk us through that? I want to see some of the shocks. Just give us some of the shocks, at least four or five or three, some serious shocks that you had to deal with as a teacher.
Okay.
Mhm.
So one thing about me is that I prefer to think of the worst.
You
I
prefer to think of the
minimize
worst. Mm,
I minimize my expectations. I
mm,
really do minimize my expectations, and I like to think of the worst. So when
mm.
I get there and it's better, I mean, it's good for me. So I haven't really had serious issues since I came, because moving out of Ghana, I was like, well, I've heard that children are very disrespectful, although it's first grade. Maybe they are still very disrespectful. So let's take it like that. You're going to take your time and have patience with them, and remember you're here to work and experience other things. So that is how I was like. So I got in, and one shock that I had was which was okay, let me say one
Shock. Okay.
positive shock that I had
Mhm.
was that the people are nice. They are nice. The people that I have come across.
They are not racists.
Well, who was I talking to yesterday or so? I was talking to the person, and I was like, well, since I got here, it's been like, oh, this is my 11th month. Next month is July, and I'm officially a year.
You have
So
to do
yeah,
anniversary.
I got yeah. I may have a party.
Definitely.
So I got here, and since I got here, I've not had a single person react to me in a racist way. Yeah, they are super nice as holding the door once he's getting out or she's getting out, and you
Yeah.
are getting in. They would hold the door for you until you walk
Good.
through that door.
Good. Good.
Like they meet you by the roadside. You don't know them, they don't know you. Hello, how you doing?
Wow.
They are super nice. And I didn't expect that. I expected, I mean,
Hmm.
people making faces at you when you pass by and all that. But it's something that I love. My current church is all white church. I keep saying it. I attend a Methodist church,
Beautiful.
and it's all white church. I moved recently, and guess what? The pastor was like, "Do you need us? Do you need us helping you out?" I was like, "Well, I wouldn't mind, because I've learned to accept when someone like offers makes an offer. I learned to
Yeah.
accept it." So I was like, well, I wouldn't mind. He said, okay, sure, just let us know. And I told him the date. And since then, he was counting down for me. He sees me and he's like, yeah, Kathy, remember it's on this date, right? And I said, yeah. So on that day, I had 4 white people pack their cars outside, came upstairs, even before time, came upstairs, helped me pack out, right? Helped me pack inside when I got here, asked if I was okay, if there was anything I needed. Then I told them I was going to get my daughter. I came with my daughter, but she was living with, again, I want to say a huge thank you to my brother and his wife.
Wow.
I know this is a little digression, but can you imagine they
Don't.
they saying that we know this is new for you. We are going to take your daughter for a year. I was like, let's make it 6 months. They said no, a year. Just settle down and come get her. They took her in. I mean, nothing. It's been treated her like their own. She loves them to be. Yeah. So I told my church members I was going to get my daughter, and one was like, "Do you need a ride to the airport?" And the airport is almost 2 hours, but 2 hours drive from my house. And I'm talking about all white here. They are all white.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Mm-hmm.
need a ride to the airport? I was like, well, that would be nice. It was a lady who asked that, and she said, "Yeah, it's a deal then." 5 minutes before time, they were packed outside. She and the wife. They picked me up, dropped me off at the airport, and they still offered to come pick me up. I said, "Oh no, we'll get an Uber." So that is how nice the people are.
Yeah.
They're very,
So
very
so
nice.
so to cut to your shock, your culture shock, the first one was a
Yeah.
good one, not even the bad one.
Yes. Was a good
I
one.
mean, you had good reception, nice people around you, and all that.
Yeah.
And let me
Very.
say this. Let me also add this. This is a cultural thing here. So if somebody is walking through a door, they see you coming, even if you are at least 5 meters away, they will want to hold the door for you
Yeah.
until you get there and they leave it for you. Then if somebody is also coming behind you, you can also hold it for them. I mean, that was one thing I also learned here. That was like, not the bad, you know.
Yeah.
Our own, they hold them, mine. They leave it in your face.
Yeah.
So I think that is a very good thing. And why did you decide to go to all white church? Why not? Is there not any Ghanaian church in your area?
So guess what? This may even shock you more. Actually the I don't like churches that are far away from me. I don't like it.
Okay.
So I had one church that was like 2 minutes drive from my house. So I started that church, and that
Mm-hmm.
church was an all black church, all black. And I went to the church almost every single Sunday, but it felt like I wasn't known. I wasn't known. I mean, when I enter the church, I feel at home. But when I am not able to make it to church,
Nobody
no,
cares.
nobody cares about you. Nobody knows you. So, and I was born a Methodist. I was raised a Methodist. So I decided, well, I've seen a United Methodist Church up like about 6 minutes drive, 6, 7 minutes drive. Why don't I try that one day? So I attended the first church for like 6 months, and I still didn't feel it was home. So I tried the other church. That wasn't close
Mm-hmm.
to me,
Sorry.
but
Mm-hmm.
I have moved closer to that church now, so it's still like 2 minutes drive
Mm-hmm.
from my house now. And the
Okay.
first day I went there, they were so nice, all white.
Wow.
I met one
Wow.
black man who is an instrumentalist, and he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't come often. All white. They were so nice. And guess what happened? The pastor, the pastor called me. The first day I went, on the Thursday, the pastor, I received a call. I filled the form. So I received a call. He was like, "Oh, this is Pastor Bobby." I was like, "Okay, from United Methodist Church." I was like, "Oh, that's nice. Okay, how you doing? I just want to check up on you to make sure if you're okay, if everything is fine." I was like, okay, that's nice. Like, that's really nice. Because the church I was attending at first, I mean, not even church members, nobody, not to talk of a whole pastor calling me. And so immediately I started feeling some warmth, and I nearly got discouraged because I go there and look at the colors and I'm like, do I belong here at all? But I went about 3 times, and the people were getting extremely nice and they were interested in my life. Like, they were so nice. I was like, no, this is home. So when they offered to help me back out, and oh, they were so excited to meet my daughter and all that. Now I feel it feels like I'm home. For now, it feels like I'm home. Yeah.
I mean, this is something that all of us need to learn from.
Hmm.
That these people care about human beings more than anything.
Yeah.
They care about not only human beings, they care about life.
Yeah.
They care about life. So they are more concerned. So there are churches that you go, they don't want, it's not about your money. They don't even talk about your offering. They don't talk about
Yeah.
anything. But it's about building relationship with you and all that. Because I asked you about this racist thing because a lot of people are saying, oh, these people they are racist,
Yeah.
they are like that, they are like that. So that was what I was going there, and it's good you gave us this picture so that people come. And when I was coming, I told myself I don't want any African church,
Hmm.
not because of anything, but personally, I wanted to experience
Yeah.
God from a different dimension.
Yeah.
I wanted to understand. So, are we reading the same Bible?
Hmm.
Are we praying to the same God? You know that kind of thing. You just
Yeah.
want to see that you've been in this kind of life for a long time. You just want to experience these people to see what they are doing different. And you realize that they are not doing anything different.
Yeah.
It's just the understanding of what the Bible is, or what the word is, or what Christ asks us to do. They are kind of demonstrating the love they are living the Bible. They are living
Yeah.
the thing Christ preached.
Yeah.
And we most of the time preach it and we don't live it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's what other shock?
Okay,
Tell us.
so
Is there not anything
so
that shocked you? Anything that you expected to be like this and it went to be like that?
all right, so my next thing was when I came, I was home for 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks before I
Mm-hmm.
started work, and I decided to take the driving test.
Okay.
And when I got in, by the grace of God, I think it was the next day. I had my car the next day.
Mm-hmm.
When I got in, my car landed the next day.
Okay.
And looking at the way they are driving, their roads were, it was too exposed to me. I was like, and I didn't even have enough driving experience in
You were
Ghana.
you were used to potholes.
Yeah, and in Ghana, we had obstacles in the middle of the road. So you
Yeah.
wouldn't drive into someone, no. But over
Mm,
here, it's not like that. No, it's
mm,
an open road. I was like, what? How do you expect me to drive on this road like
mm,
that? But I think I overcame it quickly. It was not a huge cultural shock, but
mm,
I had my roommate who took me around once, and that
mm-hmm,
was it. I began to drive. But the biggest cultural shock that relates to my profession, or the
mm.
reason why I came here, is their use of technology. It's
Okay.
insane.
Wow.
It's
Even at
in,
that
and
at that lowest level.
it's crazy. And it's, you know, well, I even when I'm typing, I try to hide it from the kids. I used to say that, well, I'm not that bad at typing.
Because you
Yes.
are looking for A and B.
But I promise you I wasn't that bad when I was in Ghana. I wasn't that bad. So I used to like hide it, turn away from the kids and do my typing. Their technology is crazy and it can get very overwhelming at the
Mm,
beginning.
mm.
So they gave us an orientation and I was like, how do you expect me to take attendance? Remember when you're taking attendance, it's like marking register in Ghana. You have the register. You
Mm-hmm.
mention the person's name and mark the register.
Yeah.
No, you don't take attendance on a paper. You don't do that. You don't do that. You open your Chromebook or your whatever. You take attendance on the machine, and
You.
also they give them free breakfast and lunch.
Mm.
So in the morning, even the free breakfast, they're like, these children have choices. I was like, what? They have choices. So in the morning, when you come in, you'd have to, when you get in the morning, the first thing you do is when they come, you ask them, okay, so for breakfast, they had two choices for breakfast and three choices for lunch. So they'll send you a form through the computer. And you're going to open the form out as a children. Okay, so what choice do you want for? These are the choices for breakfast too. What do you want? They tell you what they want. You record it and put it on the computer. You send it, and when you send it, as soon as you press enter, the principal gets it. It's live. The spreadsheet I am used to in Ghana, the spreadsheet that our bosses give to me as a head teacher to work on. I have to go to my office, work on it, and take it back to the office. Get how do they call it? Pen drive,
Mm-hmm. You
load
copy
it,
it.
and give it, copy it, and give it back. I came here and it was like, what? So
Paperless.
when they share the document with you,
Yeah.
as you are working on the document, whoever
Live.
has access is viewing it. I
Yeah.
was like, huge, like huge. So yeah, these are some of the things, and taking attendance. You have to, so three things you do in the morning. You take attendance, you get the breakfast and lunch counts, and you do a couple more things on the computer.
Okay.
And I wasn't used to that. And over here we use a smart board.
But I had to say, hold on. I was just over laughing because I know how you are feeling because you got to the class, you are looking for some long register, right?
Register.
That
I
long
told
one.
you. I
Now you
told you.
mark, then you circle, then you call their names, then you present madam. And now this one you have to do everything online.
Oh,
I
oh,
know.
it's
Let me
crazy.
give a big shout out to my sister, Waffle TV. Sister Kia, thank you so much for being here. I mean, Waffle TV, if you have won DV lottery, you are thinking about using the DV lottery part, listen, she's the go-to person. People come to me, I say, go to her. Me, I don't know anything about DV lottery. DV lottery, I've even done it myself. I wasn't winning. So please, if you have any DV lottery question, it is starting how you can move the documents you need. Go to her page. She has two pages, one for Ghana and one for the global world. And she is amazing. She's doing amazing for a lot of people. A lot of people are moving and getting impact. So please go and follow her. Thank you for being here. It shock you. Can't say it shock you. In Shaggy's voice, it shock you.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You know, the integration of technology
Mm.
it's amazing. It's one of the amazing things here. So they are rather living the true paperless economy, not the
Yeah.
ones that our people are trying to struggle with back home, And let me ask you, as a headmistress back home, were you not having access to your own computer? Didn't you have any? Why is this in a shock? Because I know as a headmistress, you have your office staff, you have your secretary, you have, I
What?
mean,
Have what? Have
you don't have
what?
a secretary. You don't have a secretary.
There's an assistant head teacher who is also a teacher. He teaches a full subject. So doesn't have
Wow.
really have time to help that much. But my assistant head was great. Like he helped a lot. But he still had to do his work. No
So you don't
secretary.
have you don't have you didn't have a laptop.
Well, we had a program called the Gamma program. Was it Gamma? Oh, there was a program. I forgot. There's a program,
Wow.
and they give out a laptop. But I had my personal laptop. I had my personal laptop. But
Wow.
not all teachers had. a laptop. They give out You know, our maintenance culture is poor.
Mm.
So they give
Mm.
out laptops some time ago, but all those laptops, all of them are scraps now. So
Wow.
some schools still do not have, some maybe few schools. If you are not on the program, you don't
Mm.
have laptops. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing because I think that is one thing that I always tell people. Even if the school doesn't have it, get your own. Learn some
Oh,
of these things. Because
yeah.
one thing I did as a teacher when I started teaching was I told them I'm not going to do anything manual. So my assessment, my grading, everything, I developed my own spreadsheet. You know the one that GES gives us. I converted everything to a
Mm.
spreadsheet on my own laptop, and I entered it. So the moment I entered the grades, the 50%, the 30%, the 60, they are all
Yeah.
calculated, and it even gives me A, B, C, and even rank them. You know what they
Yeah.
do? We do a lot of work. They say rank them, give A, B, C, D, and the system does everything. You know,
Mm.
and if you are coming here, those of you who are still in the Stone Age, please start sharpening your skills because everything is connected. Everything is IT. Everything is paperless, seamless. We do less paper here. Even the kids' assignment and stuff is less paper.
Yeah.
So if you want to come, please make sure you at least get a basics before you come. All right. So, Madam K, can you give us your last shock your last shock.
Okay, so well, this is also a good show. But before I go on that, I was talking about a smart board.
Okay, the smart board, yeah.
You know, one of the good things about being in
Mm-hmm.
a lower grade
Mm-hmm.
is that you get away with things easily. I mean, even if you truly do not know, the kids don't believe you do not know. So it
Oh
would
wow.
be as if they're just trying to help out. So my
Wow.
kids honestly taught me how to use. Well,
The smart board.
I figured some out by myself,
That
but
is good.
sometimes they help me out.
That
And
is good.
to them, they didn't see me struggling. They thought that I was pretending. I wanted to know if they know. So yeah,
Mm.
they helped me out willingly, and they were too glad to help. See, so it was really good. It was really
So
good.
so 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 you realize that from what you said, you talked about two positive shocks
Hmm.
from the community, from the church, and at the same time from your students. Instead of
Yeah.
making fun of you, laughing at you, you don't know anything, they were rather willing to help you and say, "Hey, mom, this is how we do it." And you click here, and that is it. Apart from the other one, so basically, you had positive shocks all over. You don't have even negative culture shock.
So so I was about to add this with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's they are not or were not as disrespectful as
Mm-hmm.
um I thought they were. I told you I
Okay.
always want to think about the extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I wouldn't be too like
Yeah.
overwhelmed. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they honestly they weren't as disrespectful as um I thought they would be.
They'll
They
be.
were actually one of them disrespected me at a
Mm-hmm.
point. Well, I don't even know if
Okay.
I should say that's disrespectful, but we from Ghana would say it's disrespectful. He
Yeah.
was doing something, I asked him to stop, and he didn't want to stop. It's quite normal with kids who are 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I stood in front of him and told him, stop. He was like, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna call my dad. I just want to know what are you gonna do? He was almost
Mm.
crying. But
Wow.
you asking me what I am gonna do, like asking me the teacher, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna
Yeah.
call my dad. But I figured
Mm-hmm.
out later that he just wanted to know what I am going to do about it before he decides on what to do. But
Wow.
I told the entire class that he was being disrespectful. And I
Mm.
told them it's one of my policies. I don't entertain disrespect. If you disrespect me, do not come talking to me
Mm.
because I'm going to ignore you if you come talking to me. So a few minutes later, he was like, Miss Kathy. Some of them call me Miss Kathy.
Yeah.
Some of them call me Miss Novinot. And they're that good.
Okay.
So Miss Kathy, I was like, "Ah." Okay, so yeah, what were you saying? Then he started crying when he realized I wasn't saying anything to him. He started crying.
Wow.
That I told
Wow.
you I'm sorry. I'll never disrespect you again. I'm so sorry. He was weeping like a baby. So that was the only disrespect. Well, I looking at
Hmm.
it now, I don't think it was so much of a disrespect.
The
I mean, he was
disrespect.
still a
Okay.
baby. That was the
Okay.
only kind of disrespect I have. That is one thing I enjoy about being with the babies. And I
Hmm.
don't know if I'll be willing to move to the upper grade. But
Wow. Wow.
I've seen some upper graders who are crazy, even at my elementary level, fifth grade,
Hmm.
right? When
Hmm.
I came, I took a tutoring class with fourth and fifth grade math,
Hmm.
and some of them are crazy, like serious. So yeah, I think I love being with my babies. They're innocent. Yeah.
I think
So
Miss
yeah,
Cathy is enjoying. You are really enjoying the lower level. I
yeah,
mean, a lot of
yeah,
people have challenge there, but
yeah.
you are rather enjoying it, and it's going smoothly for you. I
But
mean, that is. Mhm.
funny enough, it didn't always used to be so. When I started teaching, I was teaching GHS. I thought GHS was 6 years in Ghana, and when I was moved to KG because I was pregnant, it was hard, really hard. And I adjusted, I went on a transfer. Then I decided I wanted to be at a lower level. I thought second grade, I thought the next year I went to third grade, the next year I went to fifth grade before I moved out to become a head teacher. So initially I was so used to teaching the older ones, but
Okay.
I think it changed. I think it also changed because I had a baby of my own and I know how they are like growing up. I just love to be around them these days.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. I
Hmm.
know. We don't want to take so much of your time. And
Yeah.
Nalamule is saying what? We'll give you a knock on your. I know that's what we were doing back home.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's what we're doing back home. They will give you a dirty knock, and
Yeah.
when they give you that knock, think boom.
But
In
you
fact,
never try to do that. Even if you try and you don't hit the
please
target,
tell,
you're in
please
trouble.
tell them, please tell them.
You're in trouble.
You can only do it in your head, in your
Yeah.
mind, in your brain.
Even
You
in your head,
cannot
it's
act it
tempting.
out. You cannot even act. No. For that one, it's allowed because I've had that experience where I have beaten the kids, I have fought with them, I have blown them in my head, in my mind. That was where it ended. Because you
Yeah.
see the rage. Sometimes, I mean, I'm teaching high school, so the rage comes. I mean, they think they
Yeah.
are apart with you, so they want to fight you, they want to
Hmm.
do things, and you see the anger boiling in you. You're like, oh, I wish I'm in Ghana, like, but now I'm giving you back and forth, you know.
Yeah.
So you can only act it out in your mind, but you never act it out. I mean, Miss Cathy, we've taken so much of your time, and we thank
Mm.
you, and I thank you so much. Everyone here is so excited. I mean, we are having fun, we are having conversation, and these things open our minds and our understanding to how things work. A lot of the time, the negatives are being put out so much that people get scared. Hey, should I come? Should I not come? Hey, I'm scared. Though. No. This whole thing tells us that there is a positivity in some areas. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, we have given us a different perspective, and that is good. And the culture shock, a lot of the time, the culture shocks, people are always talking about the negative. Because I had a negative experience when
Okay.
it comes to the culture shock. But you have given us a very positive one from the community to the school to the support system you have and everything. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. We'll have you another time and you will tell us about one or two other things.
Okay.
Maybe maybe your top five things that teachers should get ready for, or they should expect when they are coming and all that. I want us to package that in well. So go do your research. Or I mean, just go. You don't need a research. Just go back to your class, look at the things. Tell us if a teacher is coming to the United States to the elementary level. What do you think will be your top five? That one is not today because our time is fast spent and we
Yeah.
have taken so much of your time as well. So I don't want us to, I mean, prolong it too much. We'll do that again with
Okay.
other teachers. Everyone will be giving us the top five things to look out for and how they should prepare because a lot of them come unprepared.
Yeah.
That is why they have all the negative shocks. A lot of them come, they just walking, and it's like everything is running spiral around them. And as Nalamle said on the platform, look, you guys need to start practicing your IT and all those things, because Google Sheets, all those things are being used here every day, and you don't have any excuse. In fact, nobody will teach you. They'll
No.
just tell you, I've sent you the Google Sheet in your email.
Yeah.
Yours is to open it, know what you are supposed to do. You know what I mean? And we are going to talk about classroom management, special kids. I mean, those with the 504 plans and all that. We're gonna just give them a good understanding, because a lot of them are coming. In fact,
Yeah.
some have bought their tickets, some are leaving in July, some are leaving now. And we just want to use this opportunity and this platform to educate them, to give them hope that, hey, don't be scared. People have walked that path already, People have walked that path already. So, Miss Kathy, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We really, really appreciate your time. And we want to say God bless you for giving us your Monday morning that you were supposed to be resting, but you give us the time. And I hope a lot of people enjoyed the conversation, and they enjoyed. I also enjoyed my smoothie very well. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Some
Always a
people are saying we
pleasure.
are coming. So the first lady in the building, and Alamule say we are coming. Yes, come like a guy. We are
Yeah, the
coming.
people.
KTK Connect. He said, good job, my brother. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate your time, and I really appreciate everyone. Please share the link. Let's use it to encourage somebody. Share it to the incoming teachers, and even the not teachers who have not even made up their mind. Please share it with them. This is the time. She started her process in January, and in July, she was here.
Yeah.
I started mine back in November, and in July I was in the United States back in 2019. A lot of people, I'm just waiting for a day that he will also have time. The French teacher, I woke him up in June, and in July he was in the United States,
Oh,
and it was like a dream to him.
yes.
Yes, it took him a long time to get out of it, because he was asleep in the night in June, and I said, Master, wake up. Some opportunity don't come. Call this person, do this, do this. And in July, he was here. He was like,
Wow.
was I still sleeping when you called me?
Yeah.
I mean, he was just confused. But I mean, that is how God works, and that is how
Mm-hmm.
things, the
Yeah.
universe designs itself. So,
Yeah.
Miss Gatti, any last words? Anyone you want to wish?
Um,
Father's Day. We celebrated Father's Day yesterday, or anything. Anybody you want to say hi to, you can go ahead.
okay, so my closing comments is that just
Mm.
don't look back.
Don't
The
look back.
but then remember that each person have their own journey, and
Mm-hmm.
the fact that it has been all rosy for me, I can only remember one negative comment. Doesn't mean
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
all rosy for you. So
Mm-hmm.
just plan well, plan
Mm.
well, and
Mm.
limit your expectations
Limit your
so you wouldn't
expectations.
get too shocked. But I
Good.
promise you, there's one thing that I can promise you: if you come here to work, you would be rich in experience
Mm.
and money compared to how rich you are in Ghana. Yeah.
That is
So
amazing.
I want to say a shout out, happy Father's Day to all the guys or men watching us, and to you yourself, and also to my brothers. Actually, there are two of them. One is
Okay.
Justice, one is Rojane. They've been
Okay.
awesome, awesome, awesome.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you all.
So Regine, all the brothers who helped Miss Kadi, we really
Yeah.
appreciate you for not keeping the information to yourself when you had it. We
Hmm.
thank you so much. I mean, the gates have been crashed.
Yeah.
The gates have been crashed. Very soon, Miss Kat is going to start her own page on YouTube. I mean, teaching a lot of things. I mean, everyone needs to get involved, no matter how small. Miss Kat,
Yeah.
trust me, no matter
Hmm.
how small it is, everyone needs to get involved. We need to spread the news. We need look. If somebody comes to me, I don't have time. I should be able to refer the person to you. That hey, go to Miss Gaddy. She can prepare you for the interview. She can
Hmm.
walk you through whatever you need to get ready. I mean, the bedding is a lesson. You know what I mean? So guys,
Yeah.
get ready. Her page, as soon as her page is ready, she's gonna put it. We're gonna push it for her, and everyone will get the good information we all have here. I mean, she's gonna share her story more to all of us. I wish you all the best. Someone is saying, let me read some few comments.
Yeah.
Gloria says, call me to. No,
I
Gloria,
I
I'll.
saw a comment that said that I am a
Mhm.
teacher. Where do I start from?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. In fact, if you are new on this page, if you are a teacher, Bismarck, this is brain tech fashion. All right. If you are a teacher and you want to know where you start from, go to my page. I have a lot of videos. Thank you, man. you will. I have a lot of videos on my page about where to start on documentation, on the agencies, and all that. And those are the places you can start from. Know who to talk to. I mean, if you want, send me a WhatsApp. I'll put you on the Telegram page where you have access to all the links, all the agencies, and everything you need to do a successful application. Guys, August, September, a lot of the agencies will start. So you need to make sure your documentation and everything is ready so that you put it in, and by July, you should be here teaching. And as you said, you'll be rich in what? Knowledge, and also in what? Cash. I mean, she said it financially and in terms of knowledge. So I wish you all the best. Kindly get a page purposely for to enlighten teachers. Yes, yes, we're gonna do that. I mean, I've taxed all of them. I've taxed. She's a number one, especially the lady teachers. I've taxed them to create their pages so that whatever information we need to put out there, we need to put it out there. Add me in your Telegram. Please send me a WhatsApp, Joshua. Joshua, send me a WhatsApp. Go to the page, click on the WhatsApp, send me a WhatsApp. I'll add you to the page. All right? Good. And the last comment I'll read is nice presentation. First time watching you. Where are you broadcasting from? Saeed, welcome. Welcome. This is your first time. We are broadcasting from the United States of America, and we are teachers, and we are sharing information for teachers who want to travel. All right? All right. So, Enya, please send me a WhatsApp. I'll add you to the Telegram page. I wish you all the best, guys. Have a blessed day. Miss Cathy, thank you so
Okay.
much. And
It's
see
a
you another time.
pleasure. All right. Bye.
Bye.